Um, so, the best financial time to buy a car is in its third year of life after the biggest depreciation devaluation has occurred. That means when you buy a brand new car, it loses value immediately, especially in the first 3 years. So if you get a car that's like 3 years old, it's kind of at an appropriate value. It's not so worn out that, it's not going to run for very long, but it is not brand new, and you're not going to be kind of wasting your money on a brand new car. So you are to find a 3-year-old car, at least 3 years old. So 2017 or older, 2016, 2014, 2010, whatever it is, but it has to be older than 3 years old. Okay? Now, step one is figuring out how much you can afford for your car. Okay? And we figured that out on our Budget 101 assignment. Okay? So you're going to have to find your Budget 101 assignment. It was the one that looks like this, right? And right here in this line where it says car loan, it should be 10% of your monthly net pay. Okay, so I can afford to spend $403. Okay, I'm just going to round that down to an easy 400. Okay, so I can afford $400 a month on my car. Now, does that mean that I have to spend $400 a month in the car? No, if I can find a car that is only, $300 a month, great. Then I'm saving money, right? I don't have to spend all of the money that I have. Okay? So we're going to use CarMax.com. That's what this worksheet was laid out for. So if you use CarMax, this worksheet is going to make sense. Okay, it's going to seem like everything's pretty easy to find. Everything is pretty much right there for you. Okay, if you prefer to use a different website, go right ahead. It's up to you. But like I said, if you use CarMax, this is going to be pretty easy. And CarMax is what I'm going to demonstrate to you. Okay, so if you use a different website, you're on your own for finding all of this information. Okay, so if we go over here to CarMax, this is CarMax. You put in CarMax.com, take you right here. Okay, and then just scroll down here to where it says see cars in your budget. Okay, and here's where you're going to put in your monthly preferred payment. My monthly preferred payment is $400, right? We're going to leave the down payment at $2,000. Okay, we can save up $2,000 to put a down payment on a car. Most places will require some sort of down payment. The bigger your down payment, the smaller your monthly payment is. But a lot of us can't afford a huge down payment because we need a car and we can't afford to save up for too long before we get one. Okay, and then you can leave the credit range at good. Okay, this is your credit score. We didn't get a real good chance to talk about credit scores because it's a really hard thing to talk about in the distance learning. Basically, if you have good credit, and I know that you guys have seen commercials and you hear about credit all the time. If you have good credit, people are going to be more willing to loan you money. Okay, if you have a history, if you have a reputation of paying people back on time and taking care of your business, people are going to loan you money. If you have a reputation that you don't pay people back on time or you don't pay people back at all, your credit score goes down because people aren't going to want to loan to you if you don't pay them back. Okay, so this is the credit range here is good. It goes from excellent to challenged. Good is just kind of the middle ground. That's what we're going to stick with. And then, so I have my monthly payment in here, my down payment, my credit range, and then I'm just going to click on search by this price. It's saying that I can afford $21,201 on a car. So I'm going to search by this price. And it's going to give me a whole list of cars that I can afford. These are all things that I would be able to afford. Okay? If you have a preference on, people who You know, like maybe you like Toyota, maybe you like BMWs, maybe you really want a pickup truck, maybe you want, you know, it'll break it all down based on all sorts of things. You could put in, like, if you want to have an electric vehicle, if you want to have a luxury vehicle, if you want a crossover, okay, it'll just take out all of the cars that don't fit in with whatever it is that you said that you wanted, okay? So now there are a few of these that do not fit the rule of being 3 years old, right? Like this 2019 Jeep Compass Trailhawk, nice car, fancy, looks real pretty. It's not 3 years old. Doesn't fit the rule. Okay, we got to stick with that. So I'm just going to pick this one. This one looks nice. It's a 2014 Jeep Compass that fits with the 3-year-old rule. It's definitely in my price range. So I'm going to pick this one. This looks like a nice car. And you can look at the car, kind of drag it around, take a look at it if you want. Maybe you decide, you know what, I changed my mind. I don't want that car. You can go back to your list and find a different one. Find a different car that maybe fits you a little bit better, or fits something, you know, maybe, oh yeah, no, I really want a Cadillac. I'm going to get a Cadillac. Whatever it is that draws you to it. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, look at this blue car. I love blue cars. Okay, I say that. I have a blue car. I think they're pretty. Anyway, pick a car that you feel like it fits you, okay? So like this one looks pretty cute. It'll work. It'll work. So you can, then you can look at the interior. This is what it looks like on the inside, right? Oh my, fancy. Look at the back seat back there. My dog would fit back there. Sure. Okay. So you can have fun looking at it. I know some of you are car people, so this might, you know, you might spend a little bit more time on it than other people. So I found my car. This is the car that I want, okay? So I'm just going to pull this out and put that over here, right? And I'm going to pull this over. I'm going to put this over here, right? Oh, oops, that didn't work. All right, so now we have to fill in our worksheet. Make this a little bit smaller here. All right, so car make. So if we go back over here, I know some of you may not be familiar with these phrases, but the car make is the company who makes the car. Okay, so there's a lot of companies out there who make cars. Honda, Ford. This one is a Chevrolet. Okay, so this is the person who makes the car, the company that makes the car. So this is a Chevrolet. Okay, and the model, okay, this right here is the model. It's the second part of, you know, so this would be a Chevrolet Trax LT, right? That's how we say it. You may have heard of like a, I don't know, a Ford Escape. Okay, Ford is the person who makes it. Escape is the model. Okay, so the model on this one is a Trax LT. And the more information you put on here, the easier the next part's going to be. So I would put anything that it says up here on here. Does that make sense? The year is a 2016. Okay. Car mileage. Okay. This is how many miles does the car have on it. And that information is right here. So this has 20K miles. 20K means 20,000. This car has been driven for 20,000 miles. And then we have MPG city, MPG highway. For those of you who may not know, MPG means miles per gallon. So if I have 1 gallon of gas in my car, how far can I drive before I run out of gas? That's what that means. So MPG city, MPG highway, that's right under that mileage. So this says 23. The first number is always, or I'm sorry, 26. The first number is always city. So 26 miles per gallon for the city. And then in the highway, 34 miles per gallon. Okay. Usually you will get more miles per gallon on the highway because there's less of the stopping and slowing down and all that kind of stuff that you would do in the city. On the highway, you're just cruising. Cars love that. They don't use up as much gas when they do that. All right, now the next part, exterior color, interior color. Exterior means outside, interior means inside. So you can either just look at the car and figure out the color, or if you scroll down, we scroll down here a little bit and we click on this thing that says features and specs, gives us a little bit more information. Oh, look, it's a turbocharged engine. That's fun. I have a rear view camera. Fun, right? We can also get the city highway gas mileage here. And then it gives me my exterior, interior color. So my exterior color obviously is blue, and my interior color is black. Okay? That's just fun to have. Yeah. So then we have to go down here. Now we're going to talk about money. So if we continue to scroll down, we scroll down to the part that says, can I afford it? Okay. We still have our good credit score in here. We still have our down payment of $2,000. Our term length is 60 months. Most car loans go for 60 months. That is 5 years. Okay, so you would be paying off this car for 5 years. That's normal. That's usually what people can afford. If you can afford to pay a little bit more on everything, then, you know, obviously that you can pay it off faster. But we're going to put our contract length, our term, well, this says term length, this is contract length, sorry. Here, we'll change this to term so that it's the same. How do you like that? Term length, 60 months, that should be all in there. So if we go down here, the purchase price, that's the vehicle price. So the vehicle price for me is $14,599. Okay, that's right here, $14,599. That's how much it costs total. If I could afford it, if I had saved up $14,000, I could just bring in $14,000 and drop it on the counter and boom, they'd give me the car. I don't have $14,000. Okay. There's also the tax, titles, and fees. This is just miscellaneous things that we have to pay when we buy a car. Taxes, we have to pay for a title transfer. So that means that they're going to take the title of the car that says that it's owned by a certain person. They're going to change it over to be my name. Okay. And then miscellaneous fees. It's going to be right around $1,400 for most of these. But whatever that says right here, taxes, titles, and fees, that's what we're going to put on here, tax, title, fees. Okay, boom. Our down payment is $2,000. So then our total finance amount, they added this, they subtracted that. We don't have to put this number down. We do have to put down this number. Okay, they're giving us an estimated monthly payment. We are going to assume that we are going to get the lowest percentage rate on this loan. So we're going to put in this first number right here. That's what I want you to put in. So this car is going to cost me $257 a month. Now, if you remember, I could afford $400 a month. So the fact that I'm only paying $257 is a really good deal, okay? I just saved myself like $150. And I got this cute little blue car out of the deal. Woo, look at that guy. Look at it. So cute. All right. So that's for the car. Now, we are also going to figure out how much approximately gas is going to cost you. Okay, this is a pretty, this one you're going to have to get your calculator out again. Okay, so if we figure out, we go to gasbuddy.com, Okay, and you can just type that in, gasbuddy.com. It'll take you to this website called Gas Buddy. And if you click on Find Gas, you can search gas prices based on where you are. So I'm going to put in Minneapolis. There it is. Regular fuel type, cash or credit. All station brands. If you have a preference, like maybe you always want to go to a, BP. Maybe you always want to go to a Casey's. I don't know what you guys are fans of. I'm not that picky. So I just put in all station brands, and then I find gas. Okay. So then if you scroll down here, let's get rid of this beer advertisement. It's going to give you places near Minneapolis, and it's going to tell you how much it costs to get gas there. So at this mobile station, it's $1.99. Ooh, at this holiday, it's $1.79. Looks like $1.79 is kind of the average price. Okay, so that's all you got to do there. $1.79 for me. Now, here's where some math comes in. We're to figure out how much it's going to cost you to pay for gas for a month. So get out the calculator. Clear it all out. All right, so we are going to use the miles per gallon in the city for our car to figure out the amount of gas per month. So here's how we figure it out. The number of miles that you drive. So if you're a male, you're going to drive 690 miles. If you're female, you drive about 527 miles. I don't know why that is. It's just what they say. So on my calculator, I'm going to put in 527 because I am female. And I'm going to divide that by the miles per gallon in the city for my car. So remember that was 26. I'm going to say divided by 26. Okay? And I get 20.2692, right? Then that's how many gallons of gas I'm going to go through. I'm going to go through about 20 gallons of gas a month. And then we take that times the price of gas, $1.79, and we get this big long thing. But remember, we're talking about money, and when we talk about money, we only go two numbers after the decimal point. So the gasoline price for the month for me is $36.28. Okay, just two numbers after the decimal point. So that's how much it's going to cost me for gas every month, approximately. There are probably going to be some months that I go over. Months like right now where I'm not going anywhere, obviously I'm spending a lot less on gas right now. But that's how you figured that number out. Okay? And then at the end here, you're going to tell me why you selected this car. What drew you to the car? If it's something like, I like the color. Maybe you really like the shape. Maybe it had a friendly look to it. Whatever it is that drew you to that car, why you picked this car. Maybe your parent has that kind of car, or you know somebody who has this kind of car and you really like it. Whatever it is, tell me. Just write a sentence or two in this little box to tell me why you selected the car. All right? And that is